We got a lot to talk about walking into week number 17, okay? We've got players that may not play. We got players that, what do we got going on here? We got some echo, from reverb. There we go. We got a lot to go over walking into week 17. You got Derrick Henry news. We've got potentially Tony Pollard sitting out. We're going to break down all that information and more. First in the building was James, then Michael CPA. Appreciate you. My boy Raj in the building. Swaggy, what's going on? Everybody file on in. The Fantasy Football Show, it begins right now.
You are about to enter the Fantasy Football Show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. Smitty is live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. You are about to enter the Fantasy Football Show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. You are about to enter the Fantasy Football Show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. You are about to enter the Fantasy Football Show. Please stand by like a boss.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios, it's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
What is going on, good people? You're watching the Fantasy Football Show. I'm your man, Smitty. And we're going to be breaking down all kinds of things today. Breaking down all the news, breaking down some of your dilemmas you got walking into week number 17. We're also taking phone calls. We're doing it all live. Appreciate you all being here. Hit me with your questions. We got a few super chats already in the building. Hang tight. I'll get to those in just 1 second. Any $20 haulers get immediate assistance. And we do have a $20 hauler right out of the gate from Kyle Oliver. And Kyle, we're dropping. Hold on. Where's my button?
Mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy.
Uh-oh. The batteries are dead. Oh, no. It works. It's slow moving, but we got it going. Thank you, Kyle, for the super chat. Won my big money league this weekend thanks to you. No, thanks to you, Kyle. Appreciate you, Kyle, for dropping that super chat. Let's get the other super chat out of the way real quick while we have it here. This one's from Caden. Caden says, all three of my teams make it to the playoffs and are in the championship. Thanks for the advice. Let's crush this week. Starting Swift, crossing finger emoji. You got this, Caden. You got this. Appreciate you. Okay, so let's get to the news. This one right here is we talked about this yesterday. Tua is in the concussion protocol, and I wouldn't be shocked if he gets shut down for the year. Now we talked about this already, but we haven't talked about the fantasy football implications. What does this mean for in the case of Waddle and Hill and the running game and the entire offense? So it's definitely Hero celebrating his third month on the YouTube exclusive memberships. Thanks for getting me here, he says. And Racing Boy dropping another $20 hauler. Pardon me, $20 haulers get immediate assistance. Thank you, Racing Boy, dropping the 20 watt on screen. Appreciate my guy. Racing Boy. Racing Boy, we're streaming to Instagram, we're streaming to Twitter right now, by the way. Racing Boy says, Smitty, the OG of the Moon Men list. Appreciate you dropping that 20 watt, my guy. As for Tua, we've got some concern here because without Tua, who is spotty, who is up and down, who isn't an amazing quarterback, it is a system thing. You know, we had the Tua goggles in the offseason where we joked around about how Tua is not as accurate as Tyreek Hill keeps, saying he is. And, he proved us wrong for a majority of the year. But, I mean, people are figuring him out. He certainly is going to walk into 2023 a very doubted quarterback. So I'm definitely not as excited about Tua walking into 2023 as I thought I would be about midseason. Now, he's still much, much better than Bridgewater or any other quarterback that could come in here and sling the rock as of right now. It doesn't mean that Mike McDaniel, Miami Mike, won't make a change in the offseason and bring in a really big gunslinger. This guy's an aggressive trader. This guy's an amazing coach. It wouldn't be shocked at all if he aggressively got in here and made some changes. That said, I think there's a real shot that Hill does still have yardage goodness. He's able to rack up the yards, but maybe not enjoy as many touchdown potential opportunities. I think Waddle might be able to be in the same boat where there's a lot of yardage potential, but maybe not as much touchdown opportunity. So are you sitting Waddle? Are you sitting Tyreek Hill in week 17 if Tua does in fact, which I firmly believe he will definitely not play? No, you're not sitting either one. You'll find a way to get Waddle and Hill into your lineup. There's just no way you'd have such good wide receivers that you could sit those two individuals. But I will say that it's a huge downgrade. It's a huge downgrade. It's not great. I have one league where I have Tyreek Hill in this championship game on the IG Expert League, and I'm not expecting as much production. I'm a little bit let down that he's not going to be out there. Tua throwing the football to my boy Tyreek. So Tyreek Hill, a little bit of a baby bump down in value. Tony Pollard did not practice on Tuesday with a thigh issue. We got to monitor this bad boy. Zeke Elliott's a very safe play in week number 17, especially if Pollard doesn't play. But even if he does, Zeke's been doing steady things all year. Let's give Zeke some props. Send him to the moon. To the moon. Appreciate you, Zeke, for hanging in there for another year. I don't know that I'm trusting him at all in 2023. Let me just say that. But Zeke did squeak out a rather decent 2022, and he deserves some flowers for it. I think, I think if Pollard plays, I'm playing him. He's such a monster. He's so capable of being a top 5 to 10 running back in fantasy football when he's out on the field. And even though he didn't deliver quite as much production as we could have hoped in week 16, it would be a tough dilemma for me. I imagine you could have somebody that might have me sit Tony Pollard. Like, let's say you got Kenneth Walker and Tony Pollard vying for a flex spot because your team's so good and you play with your grandma. Then yeah, maybe we do roll with the other option. Or if you had Zeke and you had Zeke Elliott and you had Pollard, you might have to consider Zeke this week in a weird way. And I don't love that. I don't love that at all. But it is what it is. And if you guys got a dilemma for that, we'll break that down. Mike White starting week number 17. You guys know that by now, unless you've been living under a rock. Mike White is hopefully the future of this New York Jet football team. The question will be, or I guess the decision of whether he's going to get a true shot at the starting job in 2023 will be his finish in week 17 and 18. I mean, that's Captain Obvious stuff, but it's said right here by Zach Rosenblatt, believes that Mike White's chances of starting for the Jets in 2023 may hinge upon his performance in week 17 and week 18. That's what you call the biggest Captain Obvious report you've ever seen in your entire life. But I thought I'd put it up here because we love Mike White news, don't we? Send Mike White to the moon, shall we? Derrick Henry, this is leading. We should have led with this one. Derrick Henry hip practicing on Tuesday. There's concern here. There's concern here because the Titans' chances of winning the division are just cut into, a fraction as to what they used to be. So you don't know what they're thinking here, and we don't know what the game plan is, what the objective is for this team, and what they want to do with Henry and how they want to potentially rest him and save him and salvage his few. I don't know. I can't imagine him. I know a lot of you are going to say, Smitty, you can't doubt Henry again walking into this season. You just can't do it. But the guy's going to be 28 years old. There's just no way he can keep up this for one more full season. He might do it for half of a season. He might do it for the first month and be the best player in fantasy football. Read the words or look or listen to the words coming out of my mouth. Okay? And read the caption if you've got captions on. Derrick Henry might be the number one running back for 4 weeks entering 2023. I'm telling you that right now. If he starts off hot, I'm not going to be like, oh, I was wrong about this. I know I was wrong banking on his downfall at some point during the fantasy football season and not like in the off season or in a playoff run or something. And I the whole time I said there was a chance, there's a small chance that he could have one more full year left. And I was wrong. He did have one full year left. But there's no way I'm banking on him doing that again at 28 years old. That just doesn't happen. 28's the new 31. It's not even the new 30. 27's the new 30. And 30 years old was the death of running backs in fantasy football years back. And I've been doing it that long to where I do know these age ranges and buckets of ages where a running back falls off the face of the earth. And Derrick Henry was entering his potential final last year. That's why there was a potential shot he could do it. And I said that anytime I called him an avoid, I said, look, there's a chance. The question isn't, did we bust on Henry if we avoided him? Did we bust on that call? The question is, who did you draft in place of him? That was the dilemma. It was like, okay, Henry could have one more elite year left, but who do we take in place of him? Terry Roberts made it into his finals. Attaboy, Terry. Appreciate you. Who did you take in place of him? You might not have missed that call by avoiding Henry if you landed the player. But Henry didn't bust. The question is, how do you value him in 2023? I'm not going to be drafting him at the value I think most people will be drafting. Another guy I'm staying clear away from in 2023 is this man, Alvin Kamara, who has completely busted this year. I mean, I said don't draft him. Don't draft him. Everybody kept drafting him at 12, 11, 10. There's a lot of risk all around because of this guy. Emotional risk and obviously the suspension risk. There's a lot of risk involved in this entire complicated situation. And when asked why he's losing out on third down snaps this season, Alvin Kamara said, I don't know. You got to ask someone else because he doesn't know. And to be honest with you, as much as I doubted drafting Kamara, as much as I don't want Kamara in 2023, he should be thriving right now in the fantasy football playoffs, and he's not. They're not giving him enough work, and there's no reason why. When you watch him play, he hasn't lost a step. So it's very odd that they decided to take away a majority of his third down work and have him splitting carries. Even when Mark Ingram went down, they're still not fully feeding him full course meals. And it's head scratching, but it adds more to the risk level walking into 2023. Complete avoid. If anybody's going to make you draft this guy in like the top, 2 rounds at all, you're running away from this situation. There's just no reason to trust in Alvin Kamara. For week 17 purposes, it is what it is. It is what it is. You either have a much safer option or you got to roll with Kamara one more time and hope he has that 3 TD game he's capable of having if they just feed him properly. They're not feeding him properly. I don't know if they will. But you have to decide based on your lineup whether you can take that chance or not by throwing him out there. Gibson is dealing with a sprain walking into this week, so you're going to have to monitor it closely, as the words say on screen here. And this opens the door to Brian Robinson having a really, really good week 17 outing potentially, or at least the volume for it, whether he gets it done on the yards per carry category, which will in turn give him good fantasy production. That's to be seen. But he's running hard this year, and if he's getting the volume, I like the potential. So, that is all the news as of this moment. We've got seeding percentages. This right here from Adam. I believe this was Adam Schefter. This right here is the these are the percentages. Let me put these up on top here. The percentages of let's see here, of clinching and all that for New York, Philly, Tampa Bay, and all the things that have to happen here. So if anybody wants to take a look at that real quick, like the Bengals win plus Baltimore loss or a tie, or Cincinnati tie and Baltimore loss for the Bengals to clinch the AFC North Division title. Dolphins, Miami win plus New York Jet loss or a tie, or Miami tie, New York Jet loss, Pittsburgh loss or tie for the Miami Dolphins to clinch a playoff berth. So there's so much going on. Philadelphia Eagles to clinch the NFC East division title with a Philly win or a tie. Dallas loss or a tie. Philly clinches home field advantage and NFC lone first round bye with a Philly win or Philly tie plus Minnesota loss or tie, or Dallas loss or tie plus Minnesota loss plus San Francisco loss or tie. So there's a lot going on here. And you ultimately want to take destiny in your own hands when you're dealing with things like this. But the Eagles have a concern. Do they run the risk of making the shoulder of Jalen Hurts worse by trying to get into the playoffs and are trying to clinch the home field advantage situation, in week 17 instead of taking it to week 18? Because all they got to do is win one game. They can win in week 18 with Jalen Hurts if need be. We don't know if that's going to actually happen. I know I got a little color dysfunction going on here, and I'm going to fix that next stream. I don't want to do it midstream because we're in the middle of the show, but I'm a little blue today. I gotta fix some color correction stuff on the system because I'm running. I updated some software and such, and it jacked up the whole thing. So bear with me on that. Let's get to the super chats. Then we're open the phone lines and we're getting to your fantasy football questions. The next super chat was from BSF. BSF says, would you put in as QB1, QB2, QB3 Geno, Brock, and Mike White? I'd probably say if you need safety, I would go Brock Purdy. If you need high upside, high risk, high reward, I would go Mike White. Unfortunately, there's no for sure answer here. It comes down to what you need. If you're playing and you're going to be down from the start, you're playing a much better team, you might need to swing high, swing for the fences with Mike White, throwing multiple touchdowns to Garrett Wilson and have it a day. So that would be my answer to you. I would love if the chat could answer the question for our boy BSF. Who would you start, Brock Purdy, Geno, or Mike White? I like Geno. Geno did get banged up in that game. Let me pull up some news on Geno real quick and just check it out. Give me a moment here while I pull this up. Geno was hurt a little bit in the game, banged up. I don't think it's going to keep him out, but it's certainly something to look at. Nothing really talked about with this, but he did get banged up a little bit in the game. But yeah, it doesn't. There's nothing in here. There's nothing in the newswires anywhere that talk about him being questionable or anything like that. He had 215 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception in a loss to the Chiefs. So, he's had 2 games in a row with 1 touchdown passing only. So before that, he had 3 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns, and a string of 5 games with 2 touchdowns straight from week number 7 all the way down to week 12. He had 2 touchdowns passing in every single week from week 7 to week 12. Then he had 2 back-to-back 3 TD games, and his last 2 games against San Francisco and KC were 1 touchdown and 1 touchdown. Goes up against the New York Jets. I'm going to leave him out of the equation here, but that's me. I would love to see what the chat thinks. I think Mike White is high risk, high reward. Purdy is your safe play. And I leave Geno on the bench this week. Ian with a super chat. Ian with a $4.99 holler. Worried about Carr and the Niners this week. Would you take Teddy, Russ, Darnold, Mac, or Colt over him? Oh my God, bro. Like, you have the worst court. Like, you did not plan ahead, Ian. Ian, I've told you before that you got to make sure you take full advantage. Let me see if I can get I'm going to see if I can get my camera back to normal. Restore. I don't know what's going on. Why my color is so jacked up. I'll have to figure that out later. I'm so blue. What does the chat think on this one? Yeah, I don't know why I'm so blue. I gotta fix the color set exactly what there's some kind of weird setting that got bumped around. Would anybody start Carr over these options here? I'm not starting Russell Wilson. I'm not starting Mac Jones. I'm not starting Colt McCoy. It's between Teddy, Darnold, and the Niners. And Carr going up against. Let's see here. This is week 17. Yeah, Carr. Man, Carr is gonna get just. Is this? I'm just checking to see if this is it's in Las Vegas. Not that it matters too much, but I probably. I mean, you almost got to go Darnold, right? I hate starting Darnold, but Carr has just been awful. Then again, you think Carr is going to bounce back to some degree. Not play good football necessarily, not win a game, but like throw touchdowns or something. Maybe he has 1 or 2. Maybe he has 1 or 2 touchdowns, but maybe he has 2 or 3 picks. I don't know. This one's tough. I'd say Darnold, Ian, but you set yourself up in a bad spot, Ian. I talk about quarterback, how important it is all the time, Ian. What were you doing walking in? Maybe you lost Teddy, and you could have lost Teddy and Hurts, maybe. Smitty, I made it to my finals. Attaboy, Terry Roberts.
To the moon.
Congrats on making the finals, Terry. This super chat is from Michael. Michael, appreciate you. Michael says, Pollard over Pacheco if he's playing Thursday. Yeah, I would start Pollard over Pacheco, assuming Pollard plays. Hit that thumb up button. We got 195 eyeballs. Only 56 thumbs up so far. What's wrong with you people? Come on. Wipe your feet on the way in the door. Appreciate you. Pollard. And Michael had something else he said. I'm sorry. This one's from Michael, too. Michael says, side note, made it to the chip in both my leagues thanks to you, Smitty. No, thanks to you, Michael. Awesome job. Vladimir says, do I take a chance on Jeff Wilson or Gus the Bus? I want nothing to do with either one of those options. You have to bring me something better than that. Jeff Wilson's been injured, and I don't know that I would even come close to starting him this week when it matters most. There's got to be a better option than that. Tommy with the super chat, $10 hauler. All $10 haulers get a moonshot. Appreciate you, Tommy. Tommy boy. Smitty, thanks for all you do in my championship match. Thanks to your show. I have Herbert and Watson, but Herbert is scary. Goff is on waivers. Would you pick him up and play him over Herbert? Absolutely, I'd play Goff. Get Goff in there. It's crazy we've got to that point, but Goff is a much better option. Can we get some golf emojis in the chat for Goff? Start Minshew or Lawrence and one flex Garrett Wilson, Swift, or Cooper. Garrett Wilson by a mile because he's got Mike White back. And I'm probably going, man, do I want... First of all, you got to make sure, obviously, Minshew's playing. Man, the Law Dog is playing so well, and it's the Houston Texans. It's in Houston. Guys, are we going Law Dog in Houston, or are we going Minshew Mania in this contest, which is at home in Philly against the Saints? That's like a tie. That's what you call a tie. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is becoming a top 5 to 7 quarterback right before our very eyes. At least 6 to 7. You know, if you want to keep him outside the top 5, because the top 5 is deep. This is tough though. We got a couple Minshew votes. Sam says Minshew. James is a YouTube exclusive member for 2 months straight. What do you think of Jared Goff this week? I like him. We like him over the other options that were just mentioned earlier. Minshew. Thanks, Smitty. Feels crazy, but I have Goff. Feels like the right one. Thanks, man, says Tommy D. T-Law. One T-Law vote. Another T-Law vote. Another T-Law vote. 3 T-Laws in a row. Oh, there's Minshew if he plays. Minshew, says Terry Roberts. T-Law. T-Law's making a comeback. T-Law's making a comeback. Another Trevor Lawrence vote. Trevor Lawrence looks good. He's getting better every single minute. Every single minute this man plays football, he looks better. I'd probably roll with, if it was me, I mean, I think we address it later in the week, Sean, to be honest with you. I don't want to lock in an answer yet. I'm leaning T-Law a little bit, but we gotta get a feel for if there's any kind of like they could pull them or something like that. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and reserve the right to vote later on that. But I slightly lean T-Law. Plus, again, we don't know the whole status of Hurts, so let's revisit this one. In 2 chips, thanks to you. Pick 2: McKinnon, Swift, Dillon. Give me Dillon and McKinnon. Easy call. We're not going near Swift with this scenario. Dial into the show.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Okay. So dial into the show. Appreciate you guys. I'm going to put this up for Instagram. We got Instagram watching right now, and I want to give them the best viewing experience I possibly can give them. Let's see if I can. You know what? We're gonna go back to the old. I wanted to try and give Instagram a little bit of a look-see at what was going on. Appreciate you for all you do, guys. You guys make this show. Thank you, Daniel. Okay, so dial into the show. Phone lines are open. Let's go. Appreciate everybody on IG watching and Twitter. But please hit that thumb up button if you haven't already. Punch that thumb up button. Try again. The phone lines, for some reason, we're having problems, but they should be working now again. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Who am I talking to?
Yo, this is Ali.
Who?
Ali.
Ali, what's up, Ali?
I want to give you a shout out, man. I've been listening to you all year.
Thank
I
you.
got 2 fantasy leagues. I'm in both championships. I got 1 league, Eckler, Barkley, Lamb, Brown, and Schultz and Higgins.
Okay.
And the other league is a 10-man league. Burrow, Barkley, Chubb, Waddle, Devontae Smith, Schultz, and Henry. Hopefully he plays this week. And picked up Brian Robinson. Just want to give you a shout out and thank you.
Hey, appreciate you, man. Thanks, Ollie. And call back all offseason, bro. Phone lines will be open. We'll be ripping out the 2023 content. We already are. Like, we're starting now. Like, you could call it and ask me anything 2023, but we're not slowing down. These old, give me my juice box. I need a break. I'm going to take a 3-month break.
I'm calling you from Detroit.
Yeah, we don't take breaks here. Ollie, appreciate you. Later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And this is a regular fantasy show talking here. We're going to go ahead and take a couple months off. We'll see you in June for full shows again.
We're not a-holes here, you know? We do it live, 365, 24/7. The show is Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday. It's 2023 time. We don't take a break. We don't take a break. We don't need a juice box. Laundry Matt, you're up. You're live.
What's up, Smitty? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, Laundry. What's going on, my guy?
Hey, man, I just wanted to talk about Nick Chubb real quick. I'm playing for the third-place spot, and he's just been down ever since Deshaun Watson came back. Rashad White outscored him last week. A.J. Dillon outscored him last week. Deontay Foreman, who's on waivers, outscored him last week. How do you feel about replacing him for one of those options?
Name them quickly again, your options for Nick Chubb if you were to take him out. Rashad White, who else?
A.J. Dillon, Deontay Foreman, and even Chuba Hubbard outscored him last week. But I think Deontay's getting more work.
Bro, as much as I know you want to make this move, as much as Chubb has disappointed you, there's just no way I could sit Nick Chubb for those options. I couldn't do it unless he's injured and not playing, and we'll have more information on whether he be limited for any reason. I cannot sit Nick Chubb for those options. It doesn't I'd rather go down with the boat, bro, than to sit Nick Chubb and watch him have 125 yards and 2 touchdowns or something. Look, Deshaun Watson's a problem.
Deontay Foreman looked good last week. He had 22 points.
I understand, but what did he get you the week before that?
Nothing, but neither did Chubb.
I know, but Foreman got 1 point. He got like 7 yards or 8 yards or 10 yards or something like that. He had 1 point, and he takes off every other game. And also the Detroit Lions gave up an astronomical amount of rushing yards to the Panthers. It was like a easy walk in the park for both of the Panther running backs. They both had well over 100 yards. I don't know that I would use last
can we
week.
talk about that? What were they doing?
What?
I said, can we talk about that? What were the Lions doing? That was crazy.
I don't know what they're doing, but all I'm saying is I'm trying to keep you on point here. Trust your gut, man. Could Nick Chubb come out and get you 2 points again? Absolutely. But could I sit him? Absolutely not. Not for those options, bro. It's not like you got like a Zeke Elliott that feels safer. It's not like you're rolling with a Kenneth Walker over him. You're talking about guys that have just as much ability to bust on you, and you just want to change it up. Even though those guys haven't really, aside from Foreman last week, they haven't proven it, in my opinion, to earn this.
What about A.J. Dillon though?
I mean, I like that idea more, but I still don't think I would do it, bro. I couldn't do it. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror the next day if I sat Nick Chubb and he had 125 yards and 2 tutties, and you're like, oh, I tried to get cute in the playoffs. You know what I could do? I could look myself in the mirror if I sat Nick Chubb and lost. It could be an avoid next year, that's for sure. But definitely you gotta play this safe in championship week, bro. Don't get cute.
The Browns are just so dumb. They just
bro. You know what, Laundry Matt? You know what? I start Foreman. Start Foreman. I'm not gonna convince you. And you know what? You starting Foreman might help everybody else out that's got Nick Chubb. Start Foreman, sit him down so Chubb can go nuts for everybody else. You are the cause. You will be the reason. It's all dependent on you. So you know what? I'm tired of arguing with you over it. I appreciate you, Laundry. I'm not mad at you whatsoever. I'm just saying, like, it is what it is. You got my answer. I can't wait to hear what you do, Laundry Matt. Call back anytime. You've got noise in the background like usual. I love it. It feels like old times. It's why we gave you the name Laundry Mat. It sounds like you're at 4 laundry mats at once on one call merged together. We would expect nothing less from you, Laundry. Appreciate you. Call back anytime, pal.
I love you, Smitty.
Later. Terry Roberts, you're live.
Hey, Smitty, what's up, man?
What's up, Terry? Congrats.
Hey, yeah, thank you, man. It took a lot of work, but I'm there. This league's kind of weird because it's a 2-week matchup, so it kind of sucks because it's for 2 weeks. But I have Jared Goff, Kenneth Walker, ETN, Austin Eckler, AJ Brown, Waddle, DeAndre Hopkins, Mark Andrews, all on the same team.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, okay, and I'm like, okay, and I benched Tua this week, and then I may bench Waddle. I haven't decided yet.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that? I know you talked about it in the beginning of the show.
Well, Tua's probably not playing. So yeah. So Waddle over who though? Who are you thinking about rolling instead of Waddle? Because I'm not sitting Waddle in almost any situation.
Hawkins, but I'm worried about Hawkins as quarterback.
Hawkins? Who's Hawkins?
Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins from
Hopkins.
Arizona.
Hopkins, bro, not Hawkins.
Yeah,
Hopkins. I would. I mean, that's kind of like at least debatable, but I mean, his quarterback situation is probably worse than Teddy Bridgewater, though. So I'm going to go with Waddle.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then I'm gonna be picking up the Giants defense going up against after what I saw last night. They're playing Indiana, who has no quarterback whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, this works.
I love you, Terry. Terry's the man. Yeah. Terry, anything else before I let you jump?
What about for next week's matchups? They're so much tougher for Week 18 because Week 18 is so up in the air.
Yeah,
and I know you don't like to jump the gun like that.
We can't get into Week 18 until after Week 17. There's just no way. I'm not going near that.
Yeah.
There's just no way to know. There's so many things up in the air. I'm not touching it.
Yeah, because for some reason it's a 2 week. The playoffs are 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll attack that next week when we have a feel of all the clinching and everything going on. Okay, we'll hit Week 18 for you.
Yeah, sounds good, bro.
All right, Terry, appreciate you, my guy. Later.
You got it.
Next caller, you're live. Who are we talking to? Sean, what's up?
Hey, what's up, bro? I'm in the championship. I need some advice. I'm going through a little wide receiver dilemma.
Okay.
They're becoming boom and bust. All right, so I got to start 2 wide receivers and 2 flexes, and I just put wide receivers in all of them.
Okay.
I normally start Diggs, Mike Williams, Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin. But I don't know if I should get cute and take Mike Evans out and maybe put in Jahan Dotson or Isaiah Hodgins. What do you think?
Dotson over any of these guys or no? I mean, Dotson's intriguing. He's intriguing, but
yeah,
I don't. Maybe for Mike Williams, but not for Godwin, Evans, or Diggs. And I know it's hard to start both Godwin and Evans, but unless Evans is injured or something, and I don't know what's wrong with Evans. He was wide open too on that one play. Like he would have again back-to-back weeks where Evans would have a much different day. He caught a touchdown pass, a long touchdown pass in week number 15, and they called it back. And then in week 16 last week, he was wide open, and the Cardinals called a timeout. He was the only one on the right side of the field. It would have been an easy walk-in touchdown. It's just frustrating. I'd probably say I would maybe give Mike Williams a seat for Dotson. Does anybody agree with that? Would anybody start Dotson over Mike Williams? Or you start Mike Williams over Dotson? Mike Williams is so capable of having that monster, 100-yard and 2 TD game, but he could also get you like 2 points.
Yeah. I honestly love Mike Williams. I'll ride or die with him, He'll either get me 25 or 5, and it's really willing to take.
I just don't think I could sit him in week 17, in the final week. I'm still having a problem saying week 17. I've been saying week 16 for 2 decades. And now we got to talk. Now we got to talk about week 17. And I said this from the beginning when they announced that the NFL was going to extend the season by 1 game. I said the fantasy football industry is going to be too quick to shift over to week 17 without giving it a year or two to feel it out. Because what might happen, and this is what I predicted on my show, what might happen is teams might clinch things too early still because there's enough games to get it done like that to where it's like in week 16 when that should be now not the championship week, but it could be the semifinal week. Teams might be tempted to sit their players in week 17 and week 18. And also, injuries are going to pile up a little bit more. Having that extra game, everybody's going to be a little bit more worn down and injured, and you might have a lot of players sitting week 17 and 18 combined just to get healthy for the playoffs. And I thought fantasy worlds were diving in blind into, okay, immediately we're moving the championship to weeks instead of 14, 15, 16 to 15, 16, 17, and I didn't like it. I wasn't going to go against the grain though, because how am I going to create content for people that when the whole world's doing this? So I had to create and adapt to it. But I still feel like it could be something that fantasy worlds look at in a year or two. If it ends up having consequences that are overwhelmingly negative, we'll see people maybe talk about it again.
Yeah, let's see the effects it has on maybe playoff situations also, like maybe teams.
What else can I do for you, bro?
Hey, thank you so much for your advice. I might just keep Mike Williams in, but thank you so much, man.
Yeah. Oh, what did the chat say? Mike Williams or Dotson? Did you read it while I was ranting?
No, I have my phone to my ear. I'm gonna read the comments when I hang up.
Motion detected at the back.
But
I got a lot of Dotson votes, I think, by the looks of it. So you might want to go Dotson over Mike Will, according to the chat. But scroll back a little bit, see the reaction of everybody. All right.
Okay.
All right,
Will do. Thank you so much again.
Yeah. For Instagram, I'm going to play this right here. Dial into the.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. What's up, Rock Out?
Roll back a little bit, see the reaction.
That's Smitty.
What's up, Rock Out?
Well, thanks so much again.
Whoever's got the show in the background, if you can mute real quick, we got way too much noise in the background. Whoever that is. Mute thyself. Mute thyself. Rock Out, what can I do for you?
How do you feel about Algier this coming week?
I like Algier. I think he's a good play. Definitely risk involved rolling with a player that you just don't know what's in store. Cardinals are a cakewalk of a matchup, but maybe they use C. Patterson more. I don't know. I do know they're trying to kick the tires on this the youthful players on this team. They're trying to figure out what's what. I don't know if that's food getting delivered or at the front yard. For those that don't know, the Zigmeister, my system, my Jarvis, so to speak, he thinks the backyard's the front yard and the front yard's the backyard. And I haven't switched it. I've become so used to it that I just kind of let him think it's the backyard. But anyway, I don't know if we got food getting delivered or what's going on, but my motion's all over the place. And he doesn't know how to show me the backyard. Ziggy, show me the backyard.
Okay.
He's a work in progress. You gotta train him.
Oh wait, he might be fixed. Oh, he is showing me the backyard. That's Miss Smitty. Is this a food delivery?
Food?
Is this a food delivery? No. Okay. Ziggy off. You hear her? No. All right. Hold on, Rock Out. Next caller.
No problem.
What can I do for you? We got another caller on the phone, starting with an area code of 6. He's in Arizona. What can I do for you?
Yo, Smitty.
What's up? Who's this?
This is Dez.
What's up, Dez?
Hey, man, you shouted me out for my birthday. My
did?
brother messaged you on Instagram, and you shouted me out on a YouTube video, and I always cherish that to this day. That's why you're my favorite YouTube fantasy football analyst.
Attaboy. Well, it was Dez, right? Okay. Dez, what can I do?
Dez.
How can I make your day? How can I make another cherished video for you?
Oh, my God, you're already doing it, man.
You want me to send you to the moon?
Send me to the moon, and then help me out with my championship scenario.
Dez to the moon.
To the moon.
Okay.
Hell yes.
How can I help you out?
Hey, Smith. Okay, so I have a quarterback situation that I'm not too sure of. Brock Purdy against the who do they play next week? Brock Purdy against the Raiders or T-Law against Houston Texans?
I'd probably go T-Law, but let's make sure we wait a little longer to lock it in, just to make sure we have a good feel for, that there's nothing weird going on with that the playing time or something for the Jaguars. And there's a lot to look at here this week, and a lot to kind of put our ears to the doors of all these new news wires and try and get a feel for any kind of weird fishy sitting or whatever. We'll find out. But I think that Texans matchup is juicy. The Niners have a nice matchup as well.
Oh yeah.
I think Purdy's not bad. Purdy's probably safer, but I'd probably say give me T-Law. I guess push come to shove, as long as everything looks good and copacetic there. But T-Law's emerging. He's just getting better and better.
He's taking that Justin Herbert type leap that he did in his rookie year.
Yeah.
Right at the end.
The one that Herbie did take, and he's taken that step back.
Exactly. And ever since then, he's kind of lived there.
Yeah, Herbie's. I don't know what's going on with Herbert. Herbert's going to be a strange.
He took me to the championship last year.
Yeah, he's going to be a strange player to predict in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Not just his ADP. Mm-hmm. His ADP is going to be garbage, like to a point where you're going to have to contemplate. What do I do with him? Do I draft him at this value? He's probably going to be a backup quarterback for somebody that takes like a Hurts early or Joe Burrow early. You might end up getting Herbert as your backup signal caller.
To be honest, I feel like in leagues where I play in, you could probably get Herbert after this year, 7th, 6th round.
Yeah, I think so.
And I'd take my number one quarterback there any day of the week.
Yeah. And to Space Ricky's point in the chat, Space Ricky says that is Zay Jones Zay Jones is a great play. I know he had a bad week 16 and people are worried about him, but he's still one of the most targeted wide receivers in the league. This was Thursday. It was weather. It was the New York Jets. There's a lot of reasons to understand why Zay didn't produce. I think he's going to bounce back and have a good day. All right, what's your question, Des? And then I gotta jump to yeah.
No problem, boss. So T-Law Purdy, I have a horrible tight end right now. I have Juwan Johnson, and I have a bad defense with Seattle and the Vikings. Any tight end defensive streamers you're looking at? Or you think could have a good matchup, blow-up matchup?
I don't mind Juwan. Juwan's
game.
not horrible. He's been scoring a lot of touchdowns. He just had a bad week, 16.
Right.
I mean, is Taysom Hill there? Like, who are you streaming?
Taysom Hill's not there right now. Basically the bottom of the dumpster, bottom of the barrel.
Then no. Go John.
I would say
Juwan's not bad.
No, he's not bad. What about someone like Stance?
No, I'll go Juwan. He's scoring touchdowns.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. One last thing, Smitty.
All right, last one.
Played Leonard Fournette last week, and he got so lucky with that 20 points he had me with his 20 carries, 72 yards, 9 catches, 90 yards. That basically won me a chance to go to the championship. Akers, I sat, which no one would ever to think of starting him. Would you consider starting Akers over Fournette or, per se, a Pacheco?
Over Fournette, Pacheco, maybe too. Maybe over Pacheco too. I mean, Akers had a good enough day that I don't think it's crazy to start him over anyone near that caliber. Doesn't mean I believe in Akers. This was one game.
Right.
And a lot of his touchdowns were, one, he walked in untouched. The other one was a short touchdown. He made some good runs, but, it was a good setup for him for sure. I don't know that the Rams will have that setup this coming week. I don't know if it'll be something that Ziggy, show me the backyard. This one better be food. This one better. Hold on, Des. I'm seeing if I'm getting food delivered. Hang tight. Who is this?
No worries, boss.
Who's this? Is that Amazon? Oh, that's Amazon. That might be some of my deliveries. I have Amazon drop off packages like once or twice a day. It seems lately. I got a couple new tech goodies coming in for the show. Helps the operation a whole lot. So I think that's my package. I don't know if I should leave that out there. I think Miss Smitty will get it. I have faith in her. Let's ask her if this is food again. If she goes outside, she's gonna get so mad at me. That looks like it's either a food delivery or that's Amazon. Okay, I'm sorry, Des. I gotta let you go. I got other callers on hold. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, boss.
Appreciate
Have a good night.
Call back if you got another question. The phone lines will be open later, Des.
Definitely will call back.
Yeah, to the moon. Happy birthday again. Alex Cruz, you're live on the Fantasy Football Show, Alex.
Hey, win the championship, baby.
You got it?
Yeah, man. So I got a question for you.
Boy.
You hear me?
Yeah, mute yourself if you're on hold, guys. Go ahead, Alex.
So you think Pollard didn't practice today, but you think he's probably playing, right?
As of right now, we don't know. I wish I could tell you I knew for certain. I would guess that he's going to play. Feels like some of the verbiage. Man, that motorcycle going by. Feel like I'm just waiting for the door to open so I can ask Miss Smitty if she's getting food. The way that the news reports suggest that it's potentially maintenance, but we'll know more like tomorrow, I imagine.
Yes. So I have I'm starting 3 wide receivers. I'm starting Chase, Brown, and then DK is my flex. And I think that's pretty locked in. But my running backs, I have Swift, Pollard, and Walker. So I'm going to have to sit one of those guys.
Swift, Pollard, or Walker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got to sit Swift until you know Pollard's a risk, and then you could swap the two out. But you're not sitting Kenny Walker. Unless you want to take a lap. You what?
Is Jamal out or is he fine?
I don't think he's out, but I would say if he is, then he's a fantastic. Swift becomes a more fantastic play. Jamal Williams.
Okay.
Hold on, let me look up Jamal Williams.
Because he left the game and he said question like.
Yeah, there's nothing on Jamal being. There's nothing on Jamal being hurt.
Okay. No.
Nothing, bro.
All
right, man.
So you said, all right, thank you.
Anything else?
No, that's it. Thanks.
All right. Alex Cruz, the very first YouTube exclusive member ever in the history of the Fantasy Football Show. Appreciate you. Later, Alex.
Thank you.
Call back if you have another one, bro. Rock out. Do you have anything you would like to add to anything you've heard so far, or are you sleeping peacefully? I don't want to disturb you if you're asleep.
No, I'm not asleep.
Okay.
That was a one-time deal.
One-time deal. Part of me, I felt like that was my best show ever. Oh, that might be Miss Smitty. Hold on. Okay, part of me thinks that was my best show ever, Rock Out, when you fell asleep on the phone and we were in a rhythm, you and I. You would go, and I would speak, and I'd say, and Jamal Williams potentially could get a touchdown this week. We don't know, and you go, and then I'd take another breath, and I would say, and earlier news broke, and I'd take and you would snore. Everybody loved it, bro. Okay, hang tight there. Let me go to the next caller. Let's go with the caller with the area code that starts with a 2.
Hello? Maryland, D.C.?
Yeah, we'll go with the caller where the area code starts in a 2. Instagram, real quickly, forever, ask me Dobbins, Hubbard, or Mostert. I suppose I'm going to maybe go... part of me wants to say Dobbins this week, but... Maybe we talk about this one later because Mostert could be a good start if they try and lean on the run. So maybe Mostert will be the safer play at the end of the day. So we take this later into the week. And Daniel said Jerick McKinnon or Sanders at the flex. Give me Jerick McKinnon all day long, bro. All day long. Okay. Caller with an area code starting with 2. What's your name? You're live. Hello? Hello? Hello?
I think that's me.
Is your area code start with a 2?
Yes, it does.
Winner. Who is this?
This is CJ.
CJ, what's up, CJ? What can I do for you, pal?
I just got 2 questions.
All right.
So I have Pollard, and if he doesn't go, then I was just wondering who I should throw in my flex.
Okay. Who are your alternatives?
So on my best, I've got Ayuk, Rashad White, Pacheco, and Drake London.
Okay. Ayuk, Rashad White, Pacheco, London. And this is if who doesn't play?
Tony Pollard.
Pollard. Okay, Pollard. I'd probably say Rashad White scored a touchdown again. They throw to him. They trust him. They're using Lenny a lot. Lenny revealed he's playing with the Liz Frank injury, which is impressive, but also, I don't know how confident I am with that. So I would definitely feel like Rashad White's going to be a good play. The thing is Pacheco going to get leaned on? Is he not? I think the fact that he has to be so ultra efficient on the ground because all he's going to get is those rushing yards. He's so susceptible to like 60 yards and getting you 6 points. So I kind of feel like give me Rashad White, who's more diverse in his game, pulling in passes, running the football, touchdown rushing potential, receiving touchdown potential. He's just more of an all-around player. So I guess I'd go Rashad White if you needed the RB and the guaranteed touches. Part of me would want to lean Ayuk and just hopes that Ayuk has that day. And he could. Let's see if anybody in the chat, what do you guys think? Rashad White or Ayuk? Who would you go if Pollard doesn't play? And I would go Pollard if he played. Who are you guys rolling with? Ayuk or Rashad White or Pacheco or London? Let's see. Maybe someone wants London. Ziggy, off. Ziggy's loud. Let's see what the chat thinks. Okay, well, CJ, while we're getting that answered, let's go to the caller with the area code that begins with a 7. Who am I talking to? You're live.
That might be me. Mine starts with a 7. My name's Andrew.
Andrew, what's up?
Yeah. So I've been following you for a while, and I didn't start listening to you, like actually interacting with you until this season, and I'm into just because of you. So thank you for that.
Question? You followed me for a while, but you didn't listen till this year.
Yeah, I'm very.
That's weird.
Yeah, I know. Sorry,
it's kind of weird, bro. That's kind of weird. Sounds like stalking to me.
I know. No.
Until you start listening to me, it is a little bit of, you start listening, then you become a follower. But go ahead,
sorry.
Andrew. Go ahead. What can we do for you?
In one league, I have Geno Smith as my quarterback, but I am able to pick up Goff if I'm able to. Would you pick up Goff over Geno?
Yes, I would start Goff. Goff's a pretty good play this week. St. Brown, Jameson Williams. Hopefully he scores a 2. Like I always say, Goff could trip and fall into 240 and 2. So hopefully he has a 2 or 3 TD game. Goff's got that kind of potential. He's just got a lot of weapons. It's not really about Goff being good. It's about the weapons. So
right.
I like him a lot more. Geno's got a tough matchup.
What was that?
Geno's got a tough matchup too. So.
Yeah, he does against the Jets. Yeah. So then my next one is my flex spot. I have Mike Williams or Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson by a mile. He's got Mike White back. That's the difference between being a wide receiver 3 and a wide receiver 1 potentially. Give me Garrett Wilson all day.
That's why I had that question because I knew Mike White was coming back. And then in my other league, my question is I need help in my flex. I'm not really much in my flex. I have Latavius Murray in there, and I'm not sure up to what I saw. But I could pick up either Dotson is on the wire or Drake London's on the wire too.
Dotson, Drake London, and then who's on your team that you were thinking about?
Well, I have Latavius Murray in the flex.
Oh yeah,
and
Dotson, London. I'd probably go Dotson, but it's close, Dotson. Man. I mean, London had a lot of targets this week and last week, I think. So someone in the chat said 20. I don't know if that's accurate, but he's been targeted a ton. So London's not bad, but I think Dotson's pretty safe. I don't trust Lat Murray, but Lat Murray did have 100 yards and what do you have, like 100, well over 100 yards in a tutty the week prior. When I didn't like him at all, and he did well. So trust your gut.
Okay, yeah, I think I'll go with Dotson then on that.
All right, Andrew, appreciate you, man.
All right, thank you.
Call back in a little bit if you have another one later. All right, let me get these super chats. CJ, I don't know. Did you see the chat? What did the chat say?
I think it was Rashad White.
Okay.
Rashad White, yeah.
That's kind of the way I lean. So I don't know if that's how the chat really voted or not. But go back and replay it if you need to get those votes from people to feel a little more confident. But I would say Rashad White. But Ayuk's a fun play. Like, I don't think I would lose sleep going Ayuk over White. I think they're very close, and I feel like Ayuk is due. He just feels like he's due for a huge game. But I don't know. Rashad White's so steady. I would maybe, yeah. I would take this into the week, and let's answer it later. Can you bring back to me later in the week?
Yeah, and my quarterback, I have Justin Herbert. So I don't know if I want to keep playing him.
Over who?
The waivers has Minshew, Goff, and Purdy are all available.
Yeah, I'd probably go Goff because Minshew. You don't know if Minshew's going to play or not, but if I knew he was going to play, I'd probably go Minshew over Goff, maybe by a hair.
Yeah, I was thinking I'm probably going to pick up Minshew anyway because
pick
I'm
up
playing
both.
against her owner in the championship.
Yeah, that's good. Maybe you got to pick up all 3 QBs, bro. Block them.
Maybe, yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Later. Cassio, hang tight real quick. Cassio's next. I just want to get these super chats out of the way. They've been sitting here for just a little bit, and I don't want to leave anybody hanging, so hang tight. Rock out. You still awake?
Yeah.
Okay. 0.5 PPR, pick 2. Hopkins, Kamara, Algier, Muth or Waller. I suppose I go. What did Muth do last week? What did he end up doing? I forget. Let's see here. Does anybody have it? Muth. Here we go. 7 for 66. I don't know, man. That Niner D is so tough. I'd probably go Muth for safety. And 0.5 pick 2, Hopkins, Kamara, Algier. That's a tough one too. I'd probably say roll with. Hopkins had, just to give you guys an idea how bad that Cardinal offense is and their quarterback situation. DeAndre Hopkins had 10 targets last week. Rock out, 10 targets. He caught one pass for 4 yards off 10 targets. So it's probably Kamara and Algier. I don't know how much I trust Hopkins at all to be worth anything close to what he's supposed to be worth given this situation. One catch with 10 targets, that is absolutely horrific. Horrific. Thank you, Gravy, for the super chat. I mean, if the chat disagrees, let me know. Oh, this one's a $10 hauler. From my boy Ryan. Smitty, my first year in fantasy, and you got me to the championship. That's impressive. Your first year in a championship, bro. Nice job. You have Burrow, Field, CMC, Pollard, ETN, Swift, Diggs, DK, Ingram, Higgins, Zay Jones. Start 2 right now. 2 wide receivers and a flex. Lazar and waivers. So 2 wide receivers and a flex. I don't know. CMC and ETN are locked for the 2 RBs, so I guess that you're asking me, aside from that, 2 wide receivers and a flex. Diggs and DK, your wide receiver 1 and 2. And then if you need 2 more flexes, I would say I would go Pollard and Zay Jones. Oh, no, Higgins. You have Higgins. Oh, man. I go Higgins and Pollard, and if Pollard looks iffy, go Higgins and Zay. And if I got that wrong, Ryan, please re-ask the question. Appreciate you very much for the super chat. Ian with a super chat here. Ian says Akers, McKinnon, Pacheco, Dobbins, or B-Rob this week. B-Rob could get all the work because Gibby is injured, but I'm not sitting Akers. I'm sorry, I mean McKinnon. I like Akers probably about as much as B-Rob. I like Dobbins to bounce back. But McKinnon is the call. If there's one player to pick here, it's McKinnon. McKinnon's been absolutely on fire. B-Men with the next super chat. B-Men says, hear anything about the Jags benching starters? Pick up Hasty in case. We'll have to play that by ear later in the week. Everyone keeps saying that, but there's nothing concrete at all on that. That I feel is considered concrete. Let me pull up something on Trevor Lawrence right here, and see if there's anything being talked about. Let's see. I don't see it. There's a lot of people talking about it, but I don't know what's making them speak about it like this, because there's nothing to play for. People say, or a lot of teams, that's something you might consider in week 18 with Trevor Lawrence and his future and all that. But sitting a player 2 weeks early, I don't understand that. But pick up Hasty just in case. I probably would just in case. Sure, why not? Thoughts on Hodgins? Hodgins. Feel like I'm having a stroke here. And Elijah Moore to back up Watson. Elijah Moore to back up Watson. Elijah Moore with Mike White back is not too bad. If I miss out on Dobbs, Dobbs would be the much preferred choice. B-Man, appreciate you, B-Man. But no real concern yet on the sitting. Trying to block my opponent from getting a wide receiver, picking up Dotson. Nice work. I have a higher waiver wire. Who's better? Second pickup to block him, Dobbs or Jacoby Myers? I'd rather pick up Dobbs in case Watson doesn't play. Myers, I'm not too worried about. Myers is almost a trap. Like, if he starts Myers, maybe Myers gets him nothing, and then that's a good thing. I don't know. Defense, San Francisco versus the Raiders or Dallas versus Tennessee. San Francisco versus the Raiders is pretty tasty. But Dallas is just, it's hard to sit Dallas. What do you guys think on the phone here? I got Rock Out. Let's start out with the Rock Out. You like San Fran versus the Raiders or the Thursday night Dallas versus Tennessee?
San Fran.
Casio, Which one do you like better? And then you can ask your question.
I'll probably go San Fran.
Okay. And what's your question, pal?
Oh, okay. Let's say, Smitty, made it to the championship, man. Thanks for all the help so far this season. So I'm trying to figure out, again, stay in the Flames with Kirk Cousins or start Mike White or what was my other quarterback that I had? Sorry. Or Goff.
Cousins is playing well, man.
Yeah, I know. Him and Jefferson have been getting me through the playoffs right now.
Yeah. It's the Packers. He's got 4 TDs and 3 TDs in back-to-back games, 2 TDs before that. I don't think you can sit him. I'd probably say Cousins is your safe play. Let's make sure, everything's good to go for him, getting a full workload and everything. Yeah, I'd definitely go Cousins, I think.
Okay, and I got one more for the running backs. I've made it through losing Brees Hall for the season, but I have Connor, and then I'm trying to figure out who else I'm going to start. Is it Pacheco, White, or Algier?
Pacheco, White, or Algier.
Those rookie running backs have been helping me, but I just got to figure out which one I want.
Yeah. Pacheco, White, or Algier. Algier had 74 yards last week. He's got 18 carries again. He had 17 carries the week prior. They're definitely feeding him the football. And he's got a real nice matchup this week against my Arizona Cardinals, who are just getting ravaged, man. I'd probably say Algier is safer, but Rachaad White, a little higher risk, a little higher reward. And you just got to kind of pick your poison.
Yeah.
There.
Okay. And if I can ask one more, I'm sorry if I'm taking too much time.
That's right.
Should I just stick with my 3 receivers that have got me through the playoffs, Jefferson, Devonta Smith, and Mike Williams? Or maybe pick up someone that could be looking decent like Romeo Dobbs or I guess that's pretty much it on the waiver wire.
Yeah, I mean, if Christian Watson's out, Dobbs over Mike Williams is a debate to have later in the week. I don't know that I'd lock anything in, but other than that, I mean, if Dotson's not available, then you got to roll with Mike Williams. Mike Williams is still a good play. It's just not sketchy. He's a hit and miss. The other two, you're not sitting. No way. All right, Andrew or Cassio.
Sounds good.
Appreciate you.
Hey, thanks, man. Much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Andrew.
Yes, sir. Sorry. I'm trying to talk to you.
Andrew's back. Andrew's back again.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry.
That's right.
I'm taking full advantage.
Okay.
What's it called? So in my early league, I also have Geno Smith, but also on the wire, I could possibly pick up Aaron Rodgers or Mike White. Trying to see which one's better over Geno Smith.
I'd probably say my initial gut is to go Mike White. Let me just pull up something on Aaron Rodgers real quick. He's got Aaron Rodgers in his last 3 games, 1 touchdown in every single one of them. I just don't know that I like him, but I like him as a potential sneaky play. Like if you didn't have Mike White, I would say, you know what? It's not that bad. Roll him out there. But Mike White's got so much to prove right now. And, the teams behind this guy, I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried about, how healthy he is and will it hamper him and then everybody judges him for it. But, I mean, he's been cleared. I'm just hoping he has one of those 2 or 3 TD games, man. I will probably roll with Mike White, but it's high risk, high reward. I think Aaron Rodgers has less ceiling value, but he's probably safer. So if you don't want any risk at all, go A-Rod. But I'd probably roll Mike White, but that's me.
All right, cool. And then last thing is defensive-wise, Giants against the Colts or the Jags against the Texans?
Giants, Colts, Jags, Texans. Probably the Giants at home. I like the Jags though. That's not bad, but I'll probably go Giants at home.
Giants at home.
Yeah, but that's close.
Cool.
If anybody disagrees in the chat, drop it. All right, man. Appreciate you.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, Rock Out, anything else before I let you go? Or is Rock Out gone? I think Rock Out's gone. Cassio, you still there?
Yeah, man. Sorry, I forgot. I'm still at work, so I forgot to hang up.
No, that's right. You got anything else?
No, I'm good. Thank you so much, Smitty. Thanks for all the help this year, man.
Yeah,
Be the best.
appreciate you, man. Later.
To the moon.
To the moon. I guess rock out. Either hung up. Let's see here. He either hung up or he fell asleep. So I'm not sure. What's this voice message? All right. Dial into the phones if you want to get on here. Do I play Debo or Mostert, Jordan, Mason, Boyd? Debo? What are you talking about? I mean, I don't think Debo's not back, bro. What are you talking about, Debo? Why would you play Debo? Making me look up news. Is someone break right now? Like, what are you talking about? Of course, you're a Niner. You got a Niner logo. You just think Debo's playing no matter what, right? Mostert, probably. Shaw. I'd probably go Mostert. I think that Miami Mike's probably going to lean on him now that they got to deal with the aftermath of another Tua concussion. So Mostert's a pretty good play. Mason's not a good play. I know you want to play him because he's a Niner, but I know you want to play all these. These are all Niner, like former Niners or Niners. Your whole team's probably loaded with Niners. You got to have Brock Purdy at starting quarterback. You got to have Christian McCaffrey. You got the whole Niner team, don't you? But guess what? You're in the championship, aren't you? Shaw, nice work, buddy. Faith Life, thank you, Smitty. I'm driving to the game. Questions in chats. Thanks. Bull or bust. For what team? What team, Faith? Appreciate you, Faith. What are you driving for? Where are you going? What game? I don't know what fan you are. Are you a Niner fan? Who do I start? I start Week 17 flex. Rachaad White, Cam Akers, or Curtis Samuel. I'd probably go Rachaad White for safety. Cam Akers is a little bit higher risk, higher reward, Giancarlo. So you kind of got to pick your poison there. That's a tough one. Okay, caller, you're the only caller on hold. What can I help you with? You're live. And who is this?
Hey, what's up, man? It's Rivera.
Who?
Rivera.
What's up?
Yeah. Hey, a quick question. Kirk Cousins or Prescott? Half PPR.
Probably Kirk Cousins, but that's arguable. Definitely.
Okay, well, I'm just asking because the other guy that I'm playing against, he got CeeDee Lamb, and I kind of want to
neutralize.
Take a pivot from giving that guy, giving him some points.
I mean, you could look at it that way, or you could look at the fact that, like, what if he beats you in all other categories, and literally you're facing him where you're down in every, and you gotta have him not throw to Lamb. Well, and what if Cousins were to throw 3 or 4 TDs and Dak throws 1? And you could have beat him because you wouldn't have been focused on that, because it really has nothing to do with it. Like it does. And
isn't Green Bay in contention though for the playoff?
Yeah, they are.
So I just feel like, what if it happens to be the highest over under this week, and most likely not, since there's the Bengals and the Buffalo. I was hoping it'd be a shootout, and then I'd be more safer with Cousins.
Yeah, I would start the player you think's going to score the most points. I would probably go with Cousins.
Right.
And they're both good.
I got one more. Oh, yeah. Well, I got one more quick question, because this is more like a desperate need with Mandrews. Mandrews almost been decent last week, and since Disley's on IR, I was wondering if Noah Fant could be a probable play over Mandrews.
Who's Mandrews?
Mark Andrews.
Oh, Mark Andrews. Okay.
Yeah.
I would rather play Mark Andrews.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
but I mean,
and
it's tough, bro. I mean, Fant's just nothing exciting.
Right. It's more like just chasing upside at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. All right.
All right,
Well, I
Rivera.
got one more.
All right, hurry up. Yeah,
if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
If Pollard is healthy, would you flex Pollard over Higgins, or should I just stick with Higgins?
I'd rather have Higgins. I think Higgins is safer with the injury and with the bad week last week. You know.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, Higgins is just safer.
All right. Well, thanks for taking your time, man.
Later, pal. Appreciate you. All right. Scott, what's up? You're live.
Hey, Smitty, how you doing, brother?
What's up, Scott?
All right, let me lay this on to you. Hold on, 1 second.
1 second.
All right, Team Smitty.
You're putting the show on hold? You're putting the show on hold? The hold, Scott? What are you doing?
No, you're not on hold. Can't you hear me?
I'm just kidding. What's up, Scott? What can I do for you?
Man, you giving me grief, and I got your namesake on championship this week, bro.
Boy, I'm just kidding with you.
Team Smitty, okay?
All right.
I'm gonna run it down for you, and you can give me some advice.
Okay.
Josh Allen, Christian McCaffrey, McKinnon, Evans, Williams, Everett. I'm kicking to the curb and picking up somebody off the waiver wire. ETN, Patriots, Jalen Hurts, Kenneth Walker, Rashad White, Dave Jones, Pacheco, Jared Goff, and Slayton.
Okay,
I'll go slower.
Well, I mean, I couldn't write all that down, bro. What's the dilemma? Give me the dilemma.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out which running backs and which wide receivers I need to put in here, man.
Yeah, give me
I know McCaffrey.
give me a dilemma, and I'll give you an answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, McKinnon versus Walker, White, or Pacheco.
McKinnon versus Walker, White, Pacheco. Give me McKinnon.
Okay. See what I got in there. Wide receivers. Mike Evans, Mike Williams, and Slayton.
Give me Mike Evans, unfortunately. I know it's scary, but Mike Williams has disappeared too. It's not like it's, something that only Mike Evans does. Mike Williams can do it too. I probably just bank on the talent.
I got both of them.
I probably bank on the talent.
I got both of them here.
Okay, next one.
All right, brother.
Next dilemma, Scott.
That's it, brother.
That's it? Okay. Yeah, McKinnon. You can't sit McKinnon. But can you start? You have to start a receiver in this Evans spot. Whoever's on hold, can you mute until you're up, if you could? McKinnon and Evans, can you not put a running back in this spot? Is it a wide receiver spot?
My flex, I got ETN in there.
Okay. Yeah. So ETN, McKinnon, and Evans. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I'd roll with it.
But no, I got McCaffrey, McKinnon,
yeah,
and Evans, and Williams, and then in my flex, I got ETN.
Okay. Go get him, pal. You got this.
All right, brother.
All right, later.
Thanks, man.
Okay, we got a caller on hold here. Guys, everybody mute if you could. Let's start with the area code that starts with 76.
Yeah, that's me. How you doing, Smith?
What's your name, pal?
G2 Real. You sent me on the lap last night.
Oh, I sent you. Why'd I send you on a lap?
I came in late on the show and I asked a question about, what was it? I believe it had to do with Christian Watson, and it was a running back. But anyway, my question is, I have wide receiver dilemma, and I need to know who to put in.
Okay.
Christian Kirk, St. Brown, Christian Watson, or Dotson.
You can only start one?
Yes.
Oops. So, I mean, here's the thing. Like, Christian Watson is really good, but he's injured right now, and he's not playing at that really good level. You have to go St. Brown. You have to go St. Brown. Yeah, I mean, he's carried you here. I think you would have a tough time sleeping at night if you sat St. Brown for these options. As much as I love Christian Watson and as much as Dotson's been playing well, there's nothing that would get me away from starting St. Brown. I mean, that's me. I know some people might waver or something, but based on Detroit, crap in the bed last week. But give me St. Brown all day.
I got you. One more if I could squeeze one in. Gabe Davis. Do you believe he is something to look at?
Over these guys?
Yes.
No. I hate to do it. I hate to do it. But my finger's over the take a lap button again.
Oh, no, man. I'm just thinking about this shootout contest.
I know G2 real, but St. Brown got you here. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. I got you.
All right, I'm gonna. You got anything else? Here, I'll let you sit. G2 real, because I'm gonna send you on another lap. I'm gonna give you some more time to ask more questions. So you're gonna go on a lap. Once you're done, hang tight, mute yourself. Think up of another question, and then we'll hit it again. It's gonna give you a little more time on the show. Okay, so take your lap. Okay. G2 real, mute yourself and hang tight. Okay, next caller, starting with 706. Who am I talking to? You're live.
Did you mean 760?
No. 706. Okay. Well, that's what I have in here. 706. I'll remove that caller then. That's what it says. Let's go with the person with the 480. What can I do for you?
Smitty, this is Faith Life Sports. You got to be a mind reader at this stuff, Smitty.
Yeah.
You're a mind reader.
I try.
Hey, man, just want to say thanks. My son and I were in the championship game this week, mostly because of your expertise. So we're going to come to you this last time. We got a couple quick questions. So we got Cousins, Geno, or Minshew. Been starting Cousins. I figure we'll just leave him, right?
Yeah, Cousins, Geno, Minshew. Minshew's pretty solid, but I probably would say give me Cousins. He's been doing it. But does the chat agree, disagree? And that caller, if that was you, caller, that I hung up on, I mean, I read the area code exactly like it's listing. If that was you, I apologize. Call back in. Cousins or Minshew? Please vote in the live chat. Cousins or Minshew?
All right. And then running back, I got to get two. I got Stevenson, Walker, Robinson, McKinnon, and Akers.
Stevenson, Walker,
Robinson, McKinnon, and Akers.
And you get two?
Yeah.
This one's tough because Stevenson, 2 weeks in a row, this guy has screwed up in Bill Belichick's eyes. 2 weeks in a row. Yeah. He started that lateral madness against the Raiders, and even though he didn't throw the ball away, he was the one that started throwing the ball and pitching it all over the place. That caller with the area code is 7, starting with 7. Dial in again. I think I missed you, but I'll add you. Mute yourself if you're waiting, guys, because I hear the show in the background and it's like a lot of reverb. Please, or we'll disconnect you.
Okay.
Thanks. I go Walker or McKinnon if it's me. Stevenson's definitely like maybe we lock in McKinnon and we come back to this Walker Stevenson situation and we just get a feel of whether Coach Bill's gonna, want to make Stevenson pay for all the mistakes he's been.
Yeah, I feel like you can't go too wrong. It's kind of like I'm looking for who's gonna Like, they're all pretty steady. Like, I'm just looking for the best upside. What about Akers? You don't think anything about Akers? Wow.
Well, I mean, I like Akers, but I don't know about over these two guys. No, or these three guys: Stevenson, Walker, McKinnon. I mean, I like Akers. He's not bad, but
all right.
Not, yeah.
And then last question, defense. I got Cowboys or Jacksonville versus Houston, or the Cowboys versus. Oh shit! Who are they playing?
Yeah,
they're playing somebody.
I'll probably go Cowboys.
Indianapolis. Okay. All right, man. We're heading to the Guaranteed Bowl down at the Bank One ballpark, whatever, Chase Field. So appreciate you, Smitty.
Nice, man. All
Thanks
right.
for everything.
Yeah.
We'll let you know. Have a good week.
Appreciate you. Okay, G2 Real, you got anything else cooking up, or you want to sit there for a little bit more? Let's give you more time, G2 Real. What you got? I think you're muted.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Vic.
Oh.
Hey.
Vic? Okay.
Yeah, hey, Smitty. So I have a question. I have three. I have Algier, I have James Cook, and I have Foreman.
Algier, James Cook, and Foreman. I'd probably say Algier is your safest play. Foreman is a high-risk, high-reward play, probably the most upside given the big games that he can have. I mean, he can have these monstrous games, but he also can get you 1 point, and he seems to rotate his weeks of doing well. So part of me is like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I could start Foreman in that situation. But
don't you think that James Cook is a risk as well going up against the Bengals?
Well, I mean, you didn't hear me say him, so I definitely don't know that I would start him in this situation.
Okay, and I also have a dilemma with Jalen Hurts. I'm the first one on the wire, so I'm also thinking about picking up Purdy. So Jalen Hurts, wait on Jalen Hurts and just pick up. You think Purdy?
Well, who else do you have if you don't pick up Purdy?
I have Herbert.
Yeah, I mean, I pick up Purdy at least to have the option, man, and then you can kind of take that dilemma into the week, you know. But I probably lean Purdy.
Purdy, right? Yeah.
I probably lean
Herbert
Purdy.
Burnt me.
Herbert's just
Herbert
hard.
burned me, and he got me 5 points last week, but I started the Charger defense, and they're the ones that got me over the hump, by 3 points. So.
I hate to say it, but I'm starting Brock Purdy over Herbert. Yeah.
Okay, Smitty. Thank you very much, man.
All right,
I appreciate you.
Yeah. Thanks later.
All right, man.
All right, next caller, starting with the area code of 9903.
It's Smitty.
What's up? Who's this?
Hey, okay, this is Ruben.
Ruben.
I'm a regular caller. Yeah.
Attaboy.
Hey, so I have a question. Well, actually, I have two questions. One relates to the other, though. Okay, so I'm in what you would call a grandma league.
Okay.
We go upon a waiver order to pick up waivers. Ever since, what was it, week 7, throughout the year, I only have 3 losses. So ever since week 7, I have had no shot at picking up anybody. But even with that going on, I was able to make it to the semifinals. It's a grandma league, so we're doing the semifinals this week. But
come on, Ruben, spit it out, man.
Okay. I haven't been able to pick up any players. My team right now, as it stands, is heavily reliant on Joe Burrow and the Bengals. But with the defense that they're facing this week, do you think it'll be a shootout, or do you think it'll be a highly defensive game, considering the Bengals have a pretty solid pass defense?
I think it's going to be a shootout, but we'll see. It's the spotlight game. I think it will be pretty high scoring, but we'll have to play that by ear. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, Ruben. I wish I could give you. Could I see it being a low scoring game? Sure, but given it's Monday night, it's not Thursday night or anything. I'm gonna bank on these two gunslingers tossing the rock around all over the place.
Yeah, because I have Joe Burrow, I have Jamar Chase, I have T. Higgins, I have Joe Mixon, and I picked up Smothers A. Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm heavily reliant on the Bengals to get me through to the.
Yeah, don't be too. I mean, don't make any cute moves. As far as that goes. But if you need to start players like that, you need to start players like that.
Would you? Okay, so upon my second question, would you start Ramondre Stevenson, Derrick Henry, or Joe Mixon?
I mean, do you really have to ask that question? If Derrick Henry's playing, you play him.
Okay, and then between Stevenson and Joe Mixon?
With all your Bengal investment, I probably would try and lean Stevenson as long as nothing looks like, negative in terms of like workload because of his mistakes he's been making lately. So we just got to kind of feel that one out. I mean, as long as he looks unhampered and he's going to get the full workload, then Stevenson's the guy.
That's what I was thinking, but then again, he only gave me 3 points last week, so I was like,
Yeah.
You don't know.
All right, Ruben, the regular. Got to let you go, pal. Appreciate you. Call in anytime.
I appreciate it.
Later.
All right.
All right, Ruben, the regular. We got to work on Ruben's backstory, though. The guy told me that all he had to Ruben, all you had to do was say, hey, do you think that Bengal-Bill game is going to be a shootout? Instead, Ruben told me it's like he read 3 pages from a novel, and then at the end, it's like, and now to the question. Do you think the Bengals... Come on, Ruben. All right. That's all right, Ruben. We're going to tighten that up, Ruben. We're going to tighten it up. Next time you're going to have these questions to the point. Okay. Area code 956.
Hey, Smitty, how are you?
I'm good, bro. What's up? You're live.
Happy holidays. Listen, I'm calling. I don't have a question. I have more of a declaration. I want to say a couple of things. Appreciate everything that you do. You're doing a fabulous job.
Thank you.
I am in a championship game. I owe a lot to the advice that you've put out here. I made about 10 trades this season. I probably only have 2, maybe 3 players on my roster. I'm sorry, that I actually drafted. I'm just, and I do actually. I lost JT. I lost Lamar Jackson. Maybe he's coming back. I don't know. But so I've had to deal with some situations here and there. But overall, I feel like a properly trained Jedi because I've listened to you, so I don't have to ask the question because I already know the answer.
I appreciate that. Appreciate you. I do.
So I
young Padawan.
There you go.
Hey, what's your name, bro? What's your name?
Luis.
Luis, okay. Thanks, Luis. Appreciate you. Call in anytime, Luis. I got you in the system, so when you do have a question, you'll have a little quicker time getting in.
Well, hopefully I'll come back just to thank you once again because I won my league championship.
Okay.
But in a nutshell, thank you. Appreciate what you do. I hope you keep doing what you're doing. I hope your show grows. Your audience. Well, maybe I don't want your audience.
No, you want it to. You never want to. I know it's a natural instinct. I know it's a natural instinct to not want to share something when it's. But you always want people going to the place that you enjoy to go because you don't ever want something to close shop. You don't ever want somebody to not be able to get to where they need to get.
We got like a Takashi.
Yeah, I've been playing
across the street from us. At about 1 every morning, these trucks come
I've been playing a league with the same guys for about 15 years now. This is the most fun I've ever had.
Hold on a second.
I never know what they're about.
Who's talking right now? Who is that?
No idea.
Who's having a whole conversation right now? Hello?
Well, this is Luis still. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, Luis.
Anyway,
I'm not talking about you, Luis.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Luis,
Take care, God bless.
Later. This is the downside of trusting about 7 people on one line. It's okay if you were talking. I'm just trying to figure out who it was. Who was having like a whole side conversation and didn't know they weren't muted. I'm just curious. I'm not mad at you.
It wasn't me.
Okay, let's go to area code 702.
Hey, what's up, Smitty? What's up, everybody? Happy holidays. I'm
What's up?
Black Falcon 702.
Yeah. What's your name, bro?
I go by Black Falcon 702.
Okay, Black Falcon 702. Sorry. Go ahead, Falcon.
So I'm in the Super Bowl thanks to a lot of great advice. Appreciate it. I got a lot of movement on my team, even though I lost Damian Pierce. I lost freaking Brees Hall. I lost Williams, and I still made it. And I'm in a dilemma between Joe Burrow, and Justin Fields as my starting quarterback in a standard league.
Do you really have a dilemma, though, Falcon? Do you really have a dilemma? What did Joseph Burrow do to you?
He didn't do anything to me. He didn't do anything. It's just the last time that they played, Justin Fields played Detroit, he put up 53 points.
I'm just joking with you, bro. Detroit just gave up about 8,000 rushing yards to the Carolina Panthers. So it's a reasonable question. I'm just joking with you. It's hard for me to sit. It's hard for me to sit Joe Burrow. I just don't think I could sit him. But it is a very intriguing proposition to have Justin Fields, the number one running quarterback in the NFL, going up against a team that just gave up, like I said, 9,000 rushing yards to Carolina Panthers. That's a real tough dilemma. I would probably go Joe Burrow. Fields is just, he doesn't have a lot of weapons. And so if he can't do it by himself, and we've seen this before where we think we know what's going to happen based on the week prior, and then the thing doesn't happen that we think is going to happen. The thing in this case is that Fields and the Bears are going to run all over the Lions. And we think we know that's going to happen, but I don't know that it necessarily will. I would say Fields is an excellent play, but I'm not sitting Joseph cigar smoking Burrow. I'm just not.
Yeah, I was leaning towards Burrow also, and now I feel a little bit more comfortable about it. Either way it goes, man, I feel good about this season. I really knocked it out the park, even though I lost a lot of my key players.
Yeah, nice job. All right, Falcon.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, check.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Yeah, rewind a little bit and see what the chat thinks about the vote. If you click live chat and you rewind, it'll show you the chat as it unfolds and just kind of see what everybody's saying.
Oh, I'm watching it.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you, Falcon. We'll see you later, pal.
Yes, sir. Peace.
All right, next caller, it's area code 706.
All right, Smitty, I'm back. G2 Real.
G2 Real. Okay, hold on, G2 Real. I wanted to help the other caller with area code 706.
Gotcha. Well, it is 706.
Yeah, I know, but there's another caller, 706. I got you in the system,
okay,
G2 Real. All right, other 706 caller. Or area code starting in 7. I don't know. You seem to have a different area code than what I had show in the system, but whatever the caller is, it starts with a 7 that's not G2 Real. You're up. You're live.
I think that's me.
Okay, what's your name, bro? Let me put your name in so we don't have this problem
My
anymore.
name is.
What is it?
My name is Michael.
Michael. It says you have area code 706.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, so I know you're saying it's 760?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, it says Michael now, so we won't have that problem anymore. Michael, what can I do for you?
All right, I got a couple questions. First, I want to thank you, man. Been listening all season. A lot of nights falling asleep listening to you with my AirPod in. Okay, so first thing is, I have Josh Jacobs as my RB2. I'm really considering sitting him and playing Ken Walker. My RB1 is Saquon, so that guy, he's starting.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a tough one with Jacobs going against San Francisco,
Yeah, I definitely would sit Jacobs if you have that dilemma. You got Kenny Walker to throw in there instead. I'm going Kenny Walker. I understand the concern putting Jacobs on the bench because he's so capable, but the Niners can be thrown on. I'm not saying they're easily thrown on.
Right.
I'm not saying you're going to dominate them or anything like that. But like if you're trying to come back in a game, you're throwing the ball, number one, and number two, the Niners' rushing defense is not going to be messed with.
Yeah, I get it. All right, that's the first one. Second one is I have Jalen Waddle in the flex, and I'm heavily considering benching him. First off, this is a dynasty league, so I'm a dynasty gamer. This is I kind of have a stacked roster, but I have Jalen Waddle as my current flex, and I'm considering sitting him and playing Garrett Wilson this week with Mike White coming back.
Yeah, so Jalen Waddle, Garrett Wilson, and who would be the other wide receiver if you were to put those two in? Who were you putting on the bench?
Well, this is my flex, so it would just be between one of them. I mean, my starting other two, A.J. Brown and Justin Jefferson. So.
Okay, so Garrett Wilson or Jalen Waddle. God, man.
I'm sold out this year, man.
I probably, and this. I don't know if anybody would agree with this. Let's get everybody to vote here. Are we going with Garrett Wilson with Mike White back, or are we going with Waddle without Tua? Let's see what everybody says. Can you guys please vote on this one? I'd appreciate it. Sam says I tuck you in every night. That's true.
You do. Huh?
I do wonder how many people I tuck in a night. I do wonder that sometimes. How many people does Smitty tuck in
a lot of nights I woke up in the middle of the night and you're going in my ear and I'm like,
yeah.
Oh,
and hey,
put you away.
To be honest, I was listening to a Mr. Beast on Joe Rogan last night when I fell asleep. So Mr. Beast put me to sleep last night.
Oh, there you go.
Everybody gets tucked in by somebody. So Keith, I missed the call. Keith, I'm sorry, I missed your call. Call in again. Let's see what everybody says. Waddle for me. Waddle. Man, the whole chat thinks Waddle. And I knew I was going to be in the minority. I'm trying to be a little bit predictive here and say that Mike White's going to return Garrett Wilson back to glory right away. And I'm a little worried about no Tua. I just don't know if Waddle's going to be able to have the same kind of outing. He might have a yardage outing, like a 90 to 100-yard game. But could Garrett Wilson outdo that?
The thing is like it's kind of efficiency versus volume, right? Like Garrett Wilson getting all the volume, but Waddle is just so efficient with his touches, man.
Yeah. Jay Stevens said everyone's saying Garrett Wilson here. I'm sorry, Instagram. Instagram's saying Wilson, pretty much across the board. So that's interesting. I don't know. It's a tough one. IG, I appreciate you voting. And you know what? I'm going to go through an IG segment here while I answer only IG questions for like 2 minutes just to give you guys a little run. Waddle didn't look good with Teddy, man, says Maney. I'm going to go Garrett Wilson, but that's me, bro. That's me. Everyone in the whole chat on YouTube says Waddle. Everybody on IG says Garrett Wilson. When I say everybody, there was like 4 votes.
I was leaning Wilson. So
trust your gut, though, broski. Trust your gut.
Yeah.
Trust your gut. Yeah. All right, man. Appreciate you. Thank you, Michael.
All right, thanks, Smitty.
Yep. Michael. Smitty puts Michael to bed every single night. Jack of all trades, you are up, my guy.
Love it. Champagne's on ice.
On ice.
Waiting for the celebration. Oh, my gosh. I'm telling you. I was running through my head about playing Tua, and you talked me off the ledge.
Attaboy.
I went and played Allen, and I'm telling you, the last 5 minutes of that game, celebration days.
Yeah.
Celebration
I'm
days
glad you listened to trusty old Smitty on that one. I wasn't right on everything, but I'm glad I was right for you. I'm glad I was right for all the people I was right for.
And that cold weather and those 2 gift touchdowns at the end of the game, I cannot believe it. I'll tell you what, everybody out there, you just keep on studying, you listen to the show, you interact with people, and all of a sudden one day it just all makes sense.
You become
it's right there in front
become
of
a samurai, a ninja.
You just become, like a jack of all trades or a Smitty.
Yeah.
Ron Navy, all those heavy hitters that call in.
You could be, if you study, you could become a jack of all trades, a Smitty or a Ron Navy.
Heck yeah.
I appreciate you, jack of all trades.
Oh, thank you. Hey, when I try to live chat in, my message doesn't come up there, so I don't know if I'm on the naughty list or what.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you do something naughty?
Maybe a little while ago.
Okay, I can look to undo that. What's your YouTube name?
My name, Jack Miserak.
Okay, I'll look for it, bro. I'll make sure.
All right, dog.
I'll make sure you're not blocked.
Hey, and just remember, everybody, when they're sleeping, you got to be creeping.
Yeah,
and then
Jack of all
next thing you know, you're holding up the championship full of cash.
Hey, Jack, can you do me a favor real quick while you're live? Try and leave a comment real quick. Let's see what happens.
All right, hang on.
Now, I don't want anybody blocking my boy Jack. Okay, that's unacceptable.
Well, I just hit some numbers.
Okay, let's see.
Okay.
I don't see it yet. This isn't good,
Hang
Jack.
on, let me try to do something else here.
This isn't good, Jack. I don't know where you went. I need to get Terry on the case. I don't see Jack making any. What's it say to you, Jack? When you make it,
Doesn't say anything. It looks like it goes through, but then I'm watching on the live chat and I don't see my, my quick-witted messages on there.
your messages of all trades. I don't see you as.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you're watching the show, that means you're good to go on my end. Part of me wonders if you've been naughty somewhere else and they're just not letting you comment. Period.
Oh shit! This is about the only thing I know how to do. So I'm not a real techie guy.
Yeah, I don't know. Keep trying, but I'll look into it. But I mean, if you're watching the show, you're not blocked by any means.
Okay, I sent you an email too about the thing. But
oh yeah. I thought you were talking about the fantasyfootballshow.com. You're logging in over there.
Yeah.
All right, Jack. We'll keep looking
dog.
for you. Keep trying.
All right.
I don't think anybody sees you. Let me see if I can type in Jack. Yeah, I don't see you at all. You're not showing up.
Yeah.
You must have been
All right,
naughty
well-
on another channel, bro.
No, I don't even talk to those other fools, man. It's you. Since 2015, it's been you. And look where I'm at now.
I'll look for you and I'll undo that if there's anything I can undo. But I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we don't see you.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
weird.
call back in if we can't get straightened out.
Yeah. Well, call in any time, Jack. The line's open.
All right, be safe.
All right, later. Jack of all trades, ladies. You might even need your own music, Jack.
Hey, you never know. I was most artistic in my class,
Mm-hmm. We might need a Jack of all trades theme song. All right, Jack. We'll see you later.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Michael. Michael, are you calling in again? Michael.
Hello?
Michael, did you call again, or is this a different Michael?
This is Keith.
I do have a Keith on hold, but let's go to you, Keith.
Hey, Smitty, good to talk to you. Hey, I called yesterday. I was going to tell you, I got it figured down, I think, unless you tell me different, too. I'm going to start on PPR. I'm going to start probably Pacheco and Jones, and I'm torn between Harris and don't jump on me because you told me straight yesterday. You probably gonna tell me straight again today, but I got that itch because I think old Jamal Williams gonna be sitting, and if he sits, I know you said Swift's a rock. Am I crazy for thinking about it? Is Harris an instant plug? Am I wrong on Pacheco or Jones? TPR, what do you think, Smitty?
So, Pacheco, Aaron Jones, and Swift. Those are the three options.
And Harris and Dobbins.
And how many do you get?
I'm going to pick 3 because I ain't got no good receivers.
If Jamal sits, I do start Swift. Absolutely.
Okay, that's why I call.
I think these three are probably your most upside, but Aaron Jones is also kind of in the rock territory.
Yeah, I agree with that. I was pissed at him last game.
Mm-hmm. Pacheco might be safer than Aaron Jones right now, but I probably, as long as Aaron Jones is set to start and all that, I guess I would probably go. I probably would go Aaron Jones over Pacheco if I felt like there's nothing wrong. But that's if Jamal sits. If Jamal doesn't sit, you still have a dilemma between Swift and Pacheco, but maybe you bring that to us later in the week.
I will. I'll call you back. The other thing I was going to ask you, it is waiver night, and I was going to ask you, my guys got Tua, and Goff is still available. Goff and Minshew are available. And I got a waiver wire pick over him, and I got people I can dump, and a tight end, a defense. What, you think I'm smart putting in for Goff on that, just to take him off the board, or should I switch it to Minshew?
Well, I want both of them if I'm taking them off the board for him, but I guess the way you could look at this is that Jalen Hurts could play. Does he have Jalen Hurts?
No, sir. He got Tua, and then he's got the Ravens quarterback. His name escapes me. Not Lamar, but the other one.
Huntley? Okay. So
yes, sir.
I would probably grab Minshew second in case Hurts plays, then you block him entirely. But I'd probably grab Goff. Unless you think you won't grab Goff, then grab Minshew, then grab Goff. But whatever you think will get you maybe both of them, I would go that route first. But I do feel like because there's still a 50-50 shot that Hurts plays this week, I would probably grab Goff, then grab Minshew. That way you can block them entirely.
That's great stuff, man. That's what I'll do. I'll call back later in the week. I appreciate you.
All right, Keith. Appreciate you.
See you, brother. Bye.
All right, Maxim.
Oh, it's not maybe I almost fell asleep. It's been like 25 minutes, but it's worth it.
I'm sorry, Maxim.
It's
like going to a nice restaurant. It's like going to a nice restaurant. You know, it's like you get in, it's worth the wait. I'm sorry about the wait.
Exactly, especially at the end of the season. I just wanted to let you know quickly. I started my season with 1-3. I'm 11-4 now in finals. So
attaboy.
It's been a crazy ride, man. Those wire pickup bombs you've been dropping throughout the whole season really got me through.
Yeah, let me show.
My initial draft was kind of shitty.
Let me show. Oh, watch the language.
Oh,
you want to get banned for life?
I didn't know SH was the bad word.
It's not. It's a bad word to me. I use it in my regular vocabulary.
I didn't know for YouTube.
But YouTube, they'll demonetize the video. Not that that's the end of the world, but when it happens every video, it starts to add up. You know what I'm saying? People say, who cares, Smitty? It's one video. It's not one video when someone, and now that someone's you, Maxim, you're that person that made the video potentially not. I know, but hold on. I want everybody to understand why. Nobody made the video not be monetized until you just said that, Maxim. That's why I have to do it, because I have to eventually draw a line and say, look, every video I have can't be. It either minimizes the monetization or it takes it away. You can't have sponsors like Nike and all these.
I can sort of reassure you that's not going to happen again. So.
Okay, Maxim, I'm gonna let you go on that one. As I was trying to show you on here before you dropped a bomb, that we have the waiver wire video up already, but here is the waiver wire stuff.
Yeah, you've been dropping a lot of waiver wire bombs, pickup bombs. Yes. So that's why I dropped the SH word bomb.
Yes,
so,
yes.
My bad.
Okay.
But anyways, I just wanted to thank you for getting me through literally 1-3 season, and right now I'm in the fantasy Super Bowl. So I just got a last question for this season. Hopefully I'll call back in 1 week to let you know that I win. But so I got a little dilemma in my running backs, because initially I went to 3 wide receiver set. So I got ETN and B-Rob for my initial running backs for now, but I also got Raheem Mostert, Latavius Murray, and Rashad White on my bench. So who do you think I put in my lineup for this?
I don't trust Lat Murray. I don't trust Lat Murray, so I'm going to leave him off. But if you trust him, make sure you go Lat Murray, because I was wrong the week he had 100 yards and whatever the heck it was. He had a big day, and I didn't like him.
That's the last week. That's when I actually called in to ask if I should put this guy in. But it's okay. I still won. So that's
So Lat Murray.
I didn't really trust that guy either. So.
Trust him if you want. I don't trust him. But again, he burned me when I said that last time. But I'm not going to trust Lat Murray. I don't trust Denver. They look awful. They're in shambles. I'm saying Mostert feels like a pretty good play given Tua's probably not playing right, so they're going to lean on the run. However, Rachaad White's safer. So Rachaad White safer, steady Eddie. Mostert's high risk, high reward.
So you say I should go for Etienne and Rachaad White, or B-Rob and Rachaad White?
Oh, B-Rob, Etienne, and Mostert. B-Rob should be getting all the work with Gibson injured. But if Gibson plays, then maybe you could go White, Mostert, and Etienne. But I'd go B-Rob, Mostert, and Etienne if it was me. I like Rachaad White a lot. If you want steady Eddie, go Rachaad White over Mostert. Mostert's a really high risk, high reward play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I played him last week and it didn't take me anywhere. I mean, it doesn't matter. I still won the matchup, but so. And for my last one, do you think it's Justin Fields or Joe Burrow?
We talked about this earlier for a little bit because someone had this question. It's Burrow for me. Fields has a great matchup against a Detroit defense that gave up so much yardage on the ground last week, but I'm not sitting Joe Burrow.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to sit Joe Burrow because this guy's been my job guy, and he's been taking me so many games. And
all right,
yeah,
bro.
Well, then, yeah, right, Smitty. I appreciate it. I'm sorry again for that.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Later. Call back. Later.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
All right, we got 2 callers on the hold, and then I'm going to end the show. Michael, you're still there, but you were muted when I tried to talk to you earlier. Did you call back, Michael? Is this the same Michael? I think you're muted again. All right. Michael, good talk. Second chance, Steven. You are the final caller. You're live.
Hey, Smitty.
Yo.
I got a couple questions real quick. I'll shoot them quick. So I have Swift or Dotson as my flex. If Jamal plays, I play Dotson, right?
He's safer than Swift, but I don't know that I would say for sure. I would say he's safer. But, I mean, I could make arguments for either side. I could say, you know what? I'm going to go one more time with Swift and then never draft him again.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, but if Jamal sits, he's a go. But if not, I mean, Dotson's safer. He's safer.
Okay.
I mean, Swift's got higher upside, but he's got way more risk. Way more. But he has higher upside.
Okay. For my defense, I play the Bucs defense for Carolina or the Giants defense for Indy?
Probably Giants at home.
Okay. And then my last one, I just have a tight end problem. So I have Taysom Hill and I have Everett. I don't know who to play. Or should I pick up Higbee or Conklin on the waiver wire?
I go Taysom Hill.
Okay, even if it's versus Philly? Or versus Philly?
Yeah, because he's a weird player. You know, I don't know he's really matchup. I mean, trust your gut, but I would go Taysom Hill. I think they're trying to use him a lot. But let's get that one later in the week. Let's get that one later in the week.
For sure, I'll call back.
All right, later, pal. All right, guys, I'm going to get to the Super Chats. Castro, I'm sorry I missed your $20 hauler. I got you right here. Castro, hang tight real quick. I'm gonna salute you in 1 second. Michael, are you there, Michael? You keep calling, and then you sit there silent. Are you muting yourself? What's going on, Michael?
Maybe this is G2 Real. I don't know why they're calling me Michael.
Why are you listed as Michael?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Hold on. Let me. G2 Real. G2 Real. Okay. Yeah. Real. Okay.
All right.
Go ahead. Sorry. What can I do for you, pal?
No, it's all good. But I remember I asked you about Tua and Joe Burrow. I came in late on your last segment last night, and that's why you sent me on the lap, because I was choosing between either Tua or Burrow for Week 17.
Oh, yeah.
So I left.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
because Tua's not playing.
Correct, as I learned.
Okay, no problem.
So my question is, who do you think I should put in my flex I'm going to read you my starting bench, if that's okay.
Okay. Let's make it fast. I gotta jump to these super chats and then get off. But go ahead.
I got you. I got Joe Burrow, Walker, Algier, St. Brown, Kirk, Kelsey, Watson, Lions defense, and Bunker. I'm thinking about either putting in Rashad White as a flex or I'm thinking about Dotson.
Over who? Who's your flex now?
My flex is Watson.
I'd start Christian Watson if he plays. If he doesn't play, then I'd probably go. I mean, Dotson's okay. Rashad White, they're very similar. I'd probably go Dotson for safety, Rashad White for high risk, high reward. But if Christian Watson plays, I'm playing him.
Gotcha.
I have a feeling he'll play.
And as far as the defense, I was juggling because the Lions let me down. I was wondering, should I put in the Jets or the Patriots in that position?
I'm not trusting the Patriots right now, but they are going up against Bridgewater. But, Bridgewater could do enough that, I don't know that he's going to I like the Jets a little more, but I don't know how much I love the Jets this week. I just like them more.
Okay, well, as a bonus, the New York Giants is on the waiver wire.
Yeah, I take the New York Giants. They got it. They're really good at home against the Colts. Yeah, for sure. That's easy.
Gotcha. Man, I appreciate all you.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Later, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, phone lines are closed. Sorry about that. Phone lines closed. Let's get to these super chats, shall we? Castro dropping a $20 hauler on screen, and I missed it, Castro. I'm sorry, Castro. Forgive me. I'm going to empty the clip, Castro. Yeah, buddy. That's for you, Castro. Appreciate you, buddy boy. Castro says, hey, Smitty, I'm in 2 championships, 16-man, 2 QB league. Brady, Goff, Mike White, Rashad White, Pollard, C. Patterson, Khalil Herbert, D. Smith, Boyd, Dobbs, Jamison Williams, Andrews, Dulcich, Lost Cup. Who should I start at quarterback and running back? Rate my squad. Thank you, Castro. Appreciate you. 2 QB league, Brady, Goff, Mike White. Okay. I'm going to go Goff and Mike White, and I probably sit Brady this week, but it's a very close call. Brady's decent. I feel like at any moment in the next 2 weeks, one of these next 2 weeks, Brady will have one of those 2 or 3 TD games, not 1 TD or no TDs, or be disappointing like he's kind of been all on and off all year long. I think there will be like a 3 TD outing out of Brady. I do feel like they're gonna continue to I think maybe show some signs that the playoffs could be different for this team. Like they would look different. But I'd probably go Mike White. That's me. Brady's safer. Mike White's higher risk, higher reward. Brady's safer. As for your RBs, I'm going Pollard if he's starting, and I'm going Rashad White. I'm not trusting Khalil Herbert. I'm not trusting Patterson, although Herbert does have an amazing matchup against the Lions, who gave up about 8,000 yards last week to the Carolina Panthers. But I don't know that I can trust Herbert's volume and workload. So Pollard and White. And if Pollard sits, I guess we have a different dilemma that we need to address later in the week. I'm not ready to say C. Patterson or Herbert yet. I think we got to figure out what's in store for Herbert. Appreciate you for your QB and running back question and rating your squad in a 16-man league, 2 quarterback. Pretty darn good. Darn good. Devontae Smith has been balling. And Andrews, I think you still have a shot at him bouncing back. Jamison Williams might do something this week, actually. And if Christian Watson sits, Dobbs is a nice little find for you this week. So I like your team. And a 16-teamer, that's really, really hard. People don't realize how tough it is to man a 16-team league. It is very, very, very tough. Faith, appreciate you. Gary with a super chat. PPR, need 3, Swift, White, Algier, Dillon, McKinnon, and Tony Pollard. If Tony Pollard plays, he's a lock with McKinnon. If Tony Pollard doesn't play, Then we'll go to these other options, but it's going to be McKinnon, a healthy Pollard, and probably Algier for me. Part of me wants to go Swift still. I don't know why. I can't quit Swift. At least until the end. And then when we go into next year, I can finally quit him. But I just can't quit Swift. Part of me wants to go Swift. Can I get the chat's help with this last player? Let's assume Tony Pollard's healthy. McKinnon, Tony Pollard, and is it Dylan? Dylan or Algier or Swift? I'd probably go Dylan. McKinnon, Tony Pollard, Dylan. And then if Pollard can't play, Algier and Dylan. And maybe you just say Swift goodbye. I can't quit Swift. Joe Santos says Swift is a dog. What are you talking about, bro? Like, even me rooting for Swift. How you going to come in and say this? Joe. Joe cracks me up, man. Swift's a dog. Like, that's what you say about a guy that's been just playing nasty. Just absolute monster. He's like, he's a dog. What, Swift? He's a dog. Like, dog? Like, he hasn't been doing much. Like, not in a good way, right, Joe? I'm just trying to understand. He's a dog. He's tough. He's not tough. He's not tough at all. And the Lions refuse to use him. JJ breaks Calvin Johnson's record this weekend, says Riviera. Riviera, thank you for the super chat. Vaj with the super chat. Vaj, where you been, broski? Where you been? Vaj says Pittman, Slayton, Pickens, Gage, Dortch, Hardman, James, pick 2, 0.5 PPR, Brady or White. Give me White if you want high risk, high reward. Give me Brady if you want safety. Taysom or Waller. I probably lean Waller for upside. And then if I'm picking 2 of your wide receivers, oh, I'm so tired. I'd probably roll with Pickens and I guess Dortch this week. Pickens and Dortch. That's a really tough call, Vag. Does anybody disagree? Would anybody go Pittman after last week? Would anybody go Slayton? Slayton and Pickens? Or are you going Dortch? I'd probably go Dortch. I guess I go. Maybe Slayton and Pickens is safer. Dortch is higher risk, higher reward. Yeah. So Slayton and Pickens for low risk, Vag. Vag, you need to be dropping more, okay? Not necessarily super chats, but drop more questions. Being in here, we need you here. You were one of our staples in the live chat all the time. Where have you been, man? We haven't seen you in here quite as much. 0.5, need 2 running backs and a flex between Debo. Debo's not, as far as, does anybody think Debo is actually going to play? Because I've got a couple Debo questions in here today. And I don't think he's coming back for the playoffs. I don't think Debo's coming back this week. Does anybody believe Debo's really going to be back this week? I would love to know what you guys are saying, because I've had a couple Debo questions. I just don't think he's coming back this week or next week. If Debo plays, I don't have to worry about it. I just don't think he's playing. Let me look at something real quick. Why does everybody think Debo's playing though? I don't think he's playing. Okay. Stevenson, Pollard, Fournette, 2 running backs in a flex. Give me Stevenson, Pollard, and Dylan. If Stevenson, Pollard, if Debo were to play, let's say, then I guess I would put Dylan on the bench for Debo, but I don't think he's playing. And if he played, it would be eased in. I don't know why everyone's saying Debo's playing. Castro, appreciate your super chat again, my guy. Yeah, listen to the facts here. Why would they risk playing Debo? Why would they play Debo? They're not going to play Debo. Castro, thanks again, my guy. Castro with another super chat. This one's from Daniel. Daniel says, what defense to use, Eagles, Patriots, or Giants? Giants are a good play. They're a real good play. The Eagles are tough to sit for me, though. I'm probably starting the Eagles no matter what. Give me the Eagles, but the Giants are a good play if you do feel like you want to go with something different, but I definitely am not sitting the Eagles. They're like kind of a set it and forget it. You missed my super chat. Castro, I'm sorry about that, bro. Thank you for super chatting again. Don't think he's doing super chats tonight. I do super chats every night. Every night, Horton. I'm sorry if I got delayed. I always read them. I never, ever not read the super chats. Zinski, need 2 PPR, Chubb, Pollard, Skywalker. Give me Chubb and Skywalker for now. Zinski, if Pollard is a full go, we might have a dilemma on our hands between those 3, but for right now, I feel like that's the safe move. Zinski, thank you for the super chat. Russian collusion with the $5 hauler, made it to the championship game and take Grant's Tomlinson. Thank you, Russian collusion. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, my guy. Okay. And then congrats on that, by the way. And that $20 hauler from Russian. The clip's empty, Russian. I'm going to have to do a makeshift.
Mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy. Appreciate you, Russian collusion. You are the man. The man, Russian. Smitty, thank you for all you do for the community. I lost last week due to being very weak at wide receiver after A.J. Brown and these coaches that run 3 running back systems. Swift is your example. Russian, I'm sorry about that. I appreciate your super chat. I appreciate your support. Russian's one of the real ones. He's been here from the beginning. He's helping grow this thing from the ground up. Appreciate you. And Horton, you said you weren't sure if I was doing super chats. I am. I roll through them. I'm sorry. I took a small break to answer some phone calls. But I'm back on the super chat front if anybody wants to drop one before I leave. If you've got a dire question. Russian collusion to the moon for sure.
To
Absolute
the moon.
Monster, this guy, Russian. That's all she wrote. Instagram, I'm going to let you go. Appreciate you, Instagram. I'll catch you later. IG, appreciate you. Let me see if I got to end the live stream on IG. Okay. So that one's over on IG. I ended that bad boy. Appreciate my Instagram people. Appreciate all you on YouTube. Appreciate my Twitter people. I've got people on Twitter right now as well. We're streaming over to Twitter. So that is all she wrote there. Another super chat from Buzzed. Buzzed, appreciate you. Buzz says, where to join a dynasty or keeper league? Thanks. Go to my Discord. Go to thefantasyfootballshow.com. This is where you're going to get all your rankings, bold predictions, and advice anyway. So this is where you want to go. Thefantasyfootballshow.com. And on that site, which is full of rankings, bold predictions, trade calculators, text advice, one-on-one text advice, all the stuff you need to dominate your league from a written and tool perspective. But on here, you'll see on the navigation, you'll see Discord. Click on the Discord link, and that will get you to where you want to go, and then you can ask people if they want to join. Yeah, so DM me on Discord after you join, bro. Okay, The Fantasy Football Show. Appreciate you, Buzzed. DM me on Discord, bro, okay? Or IG after you join. Russian Collusion, you're the man. Appreciate you dropping all the super chats. Zinski, let me thank everybody that's dropped super chats here tonight. So it's Buzzed, Russian, Zinski, Castro with a $20 hauler. Daniel, Castro, appreciate your other super chat. Vag with the double 5s. Vag to the moon.
To the moon.
Every $10 hauler gets a moonshot, and you did a double, so I'm giving you one. Riviera, Santos, Torres, Giancarlo, appreciate you. Faith Life Sports, Shaw, B-Men with the triple stack. Appreciate you, B-Men. Did I answer all your questions, B-Men? Did I miss one? Ian, Ryan, Cam, what's up, Ryan? Appreciate you. Gravy, Spin Free, Sean, Tommy D, Vladimir, Michael Nelson, Terry Roberts, Ian, Kendall, Racing Boy with the $20 hauler, Kyle Oliver with the $20 hauler, and Caden, appreciate you all for dropping them super chats. You guys are actually absolute monsters, if you didn't know already. I'll see you all probably, I don't know if I'm going to go live tonight. I usually go live at midnight every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We'll see. I don't know about tonight. Danger, appreciate you being here. Zinski dropping one more super chat. Arizona, Uncle Slayer, Peace, Dog, Jerome, Travis Rowe, appreciate Travis. Jack, appreciate you. Danger, appreciate you. Kirk or Dak, I have JJ and CD also 6 points per TD. Kirk or Dak Prescott, you go Dak Prescott in a super flex. If you're getting 6 points per TD, Zinski, that's the easiest question I've ever been asked. Appreciate you, Zinski. Too quick, thank you. You to the moon, pal. Thank you to all of you. Sam, Marty, Space Ricky, Uncle Slayer, E111, Blake, again, Travis, Buzz, Adam, Kellen. You guys all rock. I'll see you all on the flip side. Maybe tonight, maybe not. I'm not sure. Peace out. Thank you, Marty. You're the best. Later, Arizona. Where are you from again? Germany? Arizona? All right, Horton, let me know if you have another one. And then tonight we'll probably be live, I would imagine.